Hey YouTube, how's it going? I wanted to do a review on a Canadian artist that I really enjoy, that I just got into in 2008 was when I first really sat down and listened to him. His name is VanGaalen. It's a 2008 album called Soft Airplane. It was released on Flemish Eye music, but I've read online that it's also released on Sub Pop Records, but I can't find any Sub Pop on here anywhere, so I guess it was just released on Sub Pop in the States or something, because you know, the States and Canadian music, they're all kind of like, they don't really know about us. But yeah, VanGaalen's great. I really enjoy this album, really enjoy his work. It's his third proper album, but I've read all kinds of articles on him and stuff. He's in the newspaper a lot, like in those free magazines and stuff they give out on the streets, music magazines, music newspapers and shit. And I guess he has a whole bunch of like CDRs, and like he has like a whole, like probably a whole bedroom full, so like stacked to the ceiling full of like, you know, homemade recordings and shit too. I read that the songs on here were chosen out of hundreds and hundreds that he recorded at home using just like an old tape player and some 4-track thing, like a boombox, and he uses mainly just acoustic guitars, but he's a multi-instrumentalist, and his songs always have like a whole variety of like homemade instruments and like bells and whistles. He has a homemade drum machine too. He made his own drum machine, I guess, which is just rigged up from like strings tied to like drumsticks and shit, I would imagine. But yeah, there's also like accordions and like pianos and what else? Oh, distortion, synths, found sound, all this kind of cool shit. Yeah, but he makes his own instruments. He also makes all his own music videos. He makes all his own album art and stuff too. We can take a look at. It all looks kind of like childish painting, but VanGaalen's a really cool guy. He's got lots of imagination, lots of creativity. He's from Calgary, Alberta. Boundless imagination. A lot of people think he sounds like Neil Young and stuff. I don't know. I think he sounds a lot like maybe like a happier Elliott Smith, maybe like a less depressed Elliott Smith kind of. Because he has the same kind of like falsetto voice, but VanGaalen's, you know, not scared to like rise above a whisper and stuff too. It's kind of hard to describe the genre of music he makes. Like, I don't know. I tried to write down them all here, and I came up with like indie, electro, folk rock, or alt pop. I don't know. But he'll use like folk, he'll use rock and roll, he'll use electro in different levels, different, you know, amounts per song and stuff. He's really, he's got a really good experimental side to him too that I really like. A lot of his songs deal with death and life and hope and like magic, black magic, evil spirits, strangers in the night and stuff, and resurrections. I'll post a link to one of his videos for a song about killing a girl and throwing her body into this valley of molten light. The song's called Molten Light, and then she comes back from the dead and tries to hunt him down. It's a real cool video. It's pretty much what sold me on VanGaalen, so maybe if you guys go watch that. It's a really trippy animation. He made it all himself. It's got boobies in it too, so I don't know if that's a selling point. But yeah, this guy used to be a busker in Calgary. I guess he put on some free shows and stuff, and he just really caught on. He's a really cool guy. Third record. But yeah, words don't really do him justice. It's hard to describe VanGaalen. I really like him a lot. Like, even though he sings about death and strangers, you know, murder and stuff, he's not a depressing kind of guy too. He has a kind of like this kind of heartwarming, free spirit kind of vibe to him, which I really kind of like. This kind of music's not usually my bag, but I really like this. Ton of good songs. I'd say the only bad song in here is probably the last track, where he does this kind of like, Beck-ish noise experiment towards the end, where he just like, you know how Beck always likes to throw in like this kind of unlistenable noise into his songs and stuff? He kind of does that in the last song here, but other than that, it's a great album. It's really charming. It's very eclectic, very ethereal. It's heartwarming. Like I said, it's got a lot of heart and soul. It deals with a lot of, you know, weird issues and stuff. I like songs. I don't know, it's got that weird element to it that I really like. He's totally a cool guy though, very creative. VanGaalen, Soft Airplane, 2008, Sub Pop or Flemish Eye, depending on what country you live in. Peace.